Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by our superintendent, Mr. Hime. It's a beautiful day.
It's a crazy middle of April. We're in the April weather. Windy, nice days. Just have to watch the weather as you go.
That's right. And right now it looks like it's going to be nice and warm. It's a little cold in the morning, but it's perfect today, and hopefully we can keep that for a little bit.
Hey, I got my tomato plants planted, so we're no more freezes.
Oh, I know where to go to when I need some of those.
Well, I get them planted and get them tall and grow beautiful plants, but sometimes I don't get a lot of tomatoes.
Well, we'll cross our fingers for good produce, right, and harvest.
Oh, no more freezes.
Well, and did you get to check out? We still have our, speaking of tomatoes, we have our Lawton FFA. They're still having their plant sale. I believe the rest of it is this week.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, they've been doing a great job. A lot of great things going on. But, before we get started, speaking of weather, hey, watch the weather. We know this is that time of the year where we have bad weather, we're nasty weather, we're tornadoes. All of our schools are prepared. They do safety drills. We'll do everything we can to keep our students safe. That's our number one priority. But we shout out to our families now. Make sure you're watching the weather at home and you got your safe places as we get ready for that season and that part of the year that Oklahoma weather brings us every spring.
Well, and we were just coming back. A few of us went to emergency preparedness training last week, and one of the things is that they said it happens at night, so be prepared as a family, have your backup, talk about where you're going to meet at if you get separated. So all of that is great discussion as we head into that season.
One of the worst things about schools is a lot of times when they happen is just as we're dismissing. And parents just have to understand if we go to lockdown, we can't let kids out into the parking lot because of the chaos it causes. It's not that we ever would want to keep your child from you. It's just that's one of those tough times that happen in schools sometimes. Is a lot of parents, as soon as they see that bad weather, they rush up to get their children. And as long as we're not in lockdown, we can release kids to their parents just like we do always. But once we go into that shelter in place, we can't do that. And that's
and we won't. Nobody will open the door for them.
It's a very difficult thing, but it's just part of it. And so that's always that shout out to parents to get ready. But just know we have safe places and designated places for our students during those. We built a lot of tornado shelters. We're continuing to improve on that. And hopefully Lawton Public Schools at school is a very safe place for your child.
Absolutely. And we'll continue to send out what we have as it comes through, and stay, in tune to our social media and check your phone numbers.
Now let's get to the good stuff.
That's it. Now this week is going to be a short week, but before we head into the weekend, and we'll explain that in a minute, we have Purple Star Celebration.
And that is Thursday.
It is.
Very exciting. Almost every school at Lawton Public Schools has been designated a Purple Star school. We're still working to see if we can figure out how to get the remainder schools designated, but very exciting time for us to recognize our military children and the different struggles they go through as far as the struggles of their life that's just a little different than those of us who didn't go through that.
Well, and April is the month of the military child. It's also the month of autism, and so we want autism awareness, and we had a lot of great things. So we have 21 sites we're going to celebrate on Thursday, and we'll stream that so everybody can see, and we're proud of their recognition. Special Olympics was last week Friday for the track and field right outside of Lawton High School.
Awesome. Very exciting to see that, and we've got some people that do some really great things as part of that.
And we had an abundance of students that participated. And every Friday for the rest of April, we're going to have another event. So next week, it's cornhole. We're excited. We're excited for that. And they had bocce at the beginning of the month. So
I like to play cornhole, but not very good.
We're working on that. And we have other things that are going on. Let's talk about, before we talk about our celebrations, Friday and Monday.
Yes. Now, Friday is just Good Friday, no school. That's one of those. No one has any responsibility on Friday. You can make up some work if you got some work there not done, some of you students that are a little bit behind. But as far as teachers and students, everybody's off that day. Monday is a remote day. Again, it's a practice remote day where our teachers will be at home. You'll get your assignment. It'll be student-paced. So make sure you log on throughout that day and get your work done. Again, we continue to practice those because, as you know, we had 9 of them this year, so we have to continue to put those in our calendar to work through them. So periodically we're having those days, so we continue to get better at that. And some people say, well, remote, if you remember where we were at 2 years ago on March 13th when we shut down after spring break and where we're at today, we have come a long ways. Our teachers have stepped up and become, I guarantee a lot of those teachers that thought they could never do this have become just superstars at remote education. And we just want to continue to get better at it because we know those days can come, and we hope we never have another lockdown or shutdown because of a pandemic. Hopefully those are once-in-a-lifetime things as far as I'm concerned. I don't ever want to be a superintendent through another pandemic. But we got to get better and be prepared because we can't allow our students to lose the education and get that gap they got in March of 20 and April and May of 20 where we just lost those days. So we think we're getting better at it, but we're going to continue to get better.
And for our support personnel that have those questions about whether they work that day, they check with their supervisor because some are not on contract that day, so that is
correct.
A day
Some
off.
are on 260, some are on 1890, 190. We got different contracted hours for different people, so make sure you check with your supervisor and with your contract to see if that's a day you're supposed to work.
And on that day, for Monday, it's the LPSF
Foundation Golf Tournament. Man, our community has done a great job. Lisa Carson and the foundation, I know they're out there setting records. You want to be a part of that. If you want to donate or whatever, get a hold. I think they're getting where it's going to be hard to get your name on the banner for donating, but they'll still take your money.
Absolutely. It comes back to our students and our teachers. So
they do a great job supporting us. You know, we talk about it through the years, but some of our initiatives, since I've been here working with the leadership team, the makerspace in every building, the foundation was the first one. They donated like $50,000 to get that started. We came up with free tuition for our college students. The foundation put money in that right after the bat. They put money in TAP, and that's on top of all the grants they give our teachers and different things they fund throughout the year. So the foundation is one of the most important things that happens with us at LPS. And just to shout out to them how hard that group of people works to support our teachers and staff.
That's it. And then so the last time we had our podcast and we shared out, we said that we were going to have our district celebration on the 19th. Well, we've had some schedule conflicts, so we have moved that date to May 10th. And
there's a state award that we can shout out because it's public knowledge. One of our teachers and staff members has won a state award. We also have a student that's won a state award for that. So on April 19th, the state is giving away some awards that they've requested some of our key people to be in person. So we're very excited about that. And luckily, we were able to reschedule our celebration so people could attend both.
That's it. And let's continue with our celebrations. We had Mrs. Lisa Krasinski from LVA Douglas. She just received information and a celebration this past weekend that she was a support professional POE of Oklahoma educator. So she received that this weekend.
Awesome. Very exciting.
Yay,
wow, what about, we just started esports, and man, they're just bringing home a truckload of trophies.
Middle school, we had state champions,
yes.
And then we had a state runner-up, and then our high school. And I don't want to get their names wrong, so check out our social media because all of that is out there. But Mac Middle, Eisenhower Middle, MacArthur High School.
So exciting, the esports. It's just a new thing for students to be involved in, and it's part of life that we're in today, and there's a lot of jobs that'll come after on that. So we're excited for those students and wish them success in the future.
Absolutely. We have concurrent enrollment already taking place.
Oh, yes. We've talked about how we're trying to get that pushed down to even next year's freshmen can take a concurrent class based upon their ACT. I know our sophomores took the ACT, but for those of you that are sophomores and juniors right now, that'll be juniors and seniors next year, if you qualify, you need to get enrolled in your concurrent classes because those are free. We have that set up where we take care of your books and your fees and your tuition. Now, the tuition is taken care of through the state. Books we do through our library, and then the fees different organizations help us with. So just to make sure people understand, we're pooling money together to make that happen. But this year's freshmen, that'll be sophomores next year, can already take classes as well for free. So if you qualify, make sure you get enrolled. The goal is, hey, in 2022, talk to people that graduate from college. You see it all the time. The mound of debt students are having to underscore in order to get a college degree. And so this is a way where you can get 2 years of college or 1.5 or a lot of your hours out of the way, and debt you won't have to incur in order to get that degree. So a big shout out to our district and those people who support that.
And our hope is that they have an associate's when they leave, if not their entire bachelor's with some of our students. If they start that young, can
Yes,
have that.
we'd love to get associates 1 or 2 years at Cameron or go to OU or OSU or wherever they want to go to college and get their degree. And, hey, when they're 20 or 21, they're hitting the job market, so that's exciting for us. And we still work on Career Ready and some of those other things. It's that time of the year where you're signing up for career tech classes. You're looking at what you want to do for your future. And we talk about this a lot. We want to create opportunities. So if there's something out there, some kind of a job path that you want to take as a student, make sure you talk to your counselors, because we have a saying here, no's not a word. You know, and at some time it may happen, but come talk to us and let's discuss and let's talk about the opportunities we can give you for you to meet your dreams.
That's it. And then we have this week, too, MacArthur High School. They have worked really hard since January to put on their play, The Outsiders.
Oh, yes, that's going to be exciting.
That's taking place this week, so we can't wait to share that out. And if you haven't bought tickets, go on to their website and their social media and see the times and the ticket opportunities. So
yes, very good.
They worked very hard. I'm excited to see them.
Me too.
And then we had this morning, I just want to thank our emergency responders and our partners with the city, because we had Lawton High School had a mock collision.
Yes.
And we had the helicopter fly in. We had the mock accident where the first responders came, and it caused a little, we tried to put that out there early, but we did have a few, inquiries what was going on, but it was a really great event. So thank you to everybody that helped with that. Mr. Hime, what else?
That's very exciting. INFO at lawtonps.org if you got questions. And obviously our webpage, lawtonps.org. Hashtag WeAreLPS, hashtag LawtonPS. We're out there on social media. We got the podcast. We are trying to find ways to reach you as parents, because we want to make you parents and you community members a partnership in the education we provide to our students. And we want to continue to expand on that, and we want collaboration in how we move forward and expand on that.
And that reminds me, if you are not a parent but a community member and you want to stay in tune with what we have at the district, you can download our Lawton Public Schools app. And that'll give them notifications.
We have an app?
We have an app, Mr. Hime.
Oh, awesome.
Look at us moving
We're going
up.
big time.
We are. Thank you guys so much. Mr. Hime, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Until next week, you guys. Be well, stay safe, and make positive impacts. Have a good one.